my name's Lilley and I'm from the Academy of Fabulous Stuff. Yeah.
So we're here today at the National Radio Centre seeing the launch of GB1NHS, which is an amateur radio station, and it's pushing a campaign that our patients might be interested in.
Well, we're here, of course, to promote something called PJ paralysis. PJ, pyjamas, you know, what we tell our kids to get on and go to bed. Well, actually, we want to get you out of your PJs when you come into hospital, because there's a lot of evidence that the more time you spend in hospital, and particularly in bed, not moving, what happens then is something called your acuity, which is what clinicians call your ability to get up and get on. Your acuity drops off a cliff. I mean, it's a really steep depreciation that happens. It's particularly important for frail elderly people. They come into hospital managing to cope, and if they're in hospital for a while and we keep them in bed, they go home and they can't cope, and that puts more pressure on social care to look after them, care packages and so on. So PJ paralysis is all about getting people up and out of bed and into their clothes, into their day clothes. Something happens in the 5 inches between your two ears and your brain box that says, you know, I'm in my clothes, I feel okay, I'm ready to go home, I'm feeling good. So it was a great idea. The whole concept of acuity, of course, is well known in clinical circles, but the cleverness of this has been about how it's been tagged on Twitter, how it's really captured the imagination of people who've taken part in it. It's hugely popular, and we've been able to promote it through the Academy of Fabulous Stuff. I mean, there are some ideas in the Academy that just capture people's imaginations, and this just went like wildfire. It's got a great little logo with the pyjamas and all the rest of it. It's so cute, you know, when you think about it, it underpins a really important medical, clinical facts that we need to get people up and running. So that's really what we're doing, and it feeds into another very important part of what happens in a hospital. They're called red and green days. We log the days. A red days is when nothing happens towards getting a patient home safely. A green day is when a little step is taken. And there's no such thing as little thing, you know, all little things are big things to somebody. So get out of bed, you know, they get out of their slippers and their shoes, the nurses help them get dressed. It makes a huge difference. And of all of the good ideas that we focused in and we promoted on the Academy of Fabulous Stuff, I think PJ paralysis, with respect to everything else that everyone's put on there, this has been really important. Moving people through the system. We all know that A&Es get chock-a-block, and that's because it's a whole system. You know, the ambulances come, people come into A&E, we can't move them through because the beds are all blocked. So PJ paralysis is something that's really unlocked the system. So it's a great celebration. We're broadcasting about it globally. Now, I don't know what they're going to make of it, but we're going to have a go anyway, and it's been a great day, and we're very grateful to have been here, and thank you for the opportunity.
It's been very good to talk to you, very good to see you active as well on the radio, making your first radio call. And of course this, I guess, is a global thing. It's not just limited to the UK, so spreading the message out around the world is probably no bad thing.
No, the wireless, Her Majesty's wireless, darling. You can't call it radio, Bletchley. This is Bletchley, it's the wireless. Yes, exactly. I mean, people in a hospital in the UK are no different to France and Germany and India and everywhere around the world. If you could get people up and get them active and getting out of their pyjamas, their nightwear, is the big psychological leap. Get them in their clothes and you know, take them off and go to bed in the evening. That's it. But you know, it's that step that's been so important. It's very clever.
And I think we heard from Professor Dolan a little bit earlier saying that he'd heard from patients that they feel taller as a result of going through this.
Yes, good old Brian. He's absolutely pioneer, along with the guys from ESIST, the Emergency Services Collaborative. Absolutely, and he's a great guy, and I think he'll be broadcasting from New Zealand. They've found the batteries, and they've found something that works, and he's going to be broadcasting. So we'll hear the wisdom of Professor Brian Dolan.
Superb. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of the day.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.